Hello and welcome to a new series where I had the genius idea of stealing someone else's idea and using it in a different game. I am going to attempt to complete every mission in GTA 4 while killing as few people as possible. If you haven't already, check out Dark Viper AU series on GTA 5 pacifism, which this one is heavily inspired by. I should start by disclaiming that I'm probably not the first person to do this. However, even if someone else has, I haven't seen it and I'll simply be using my own methods that I discover along the way. This is also my first time playing GTA 4 on the PC, but I've played it on consoles a lot, so I'm not new to the game. The rules for this series are: I must not kill someone unless I must. I can only use Dwayne's backup if nothing else works. If I need to kill someone, it'll be by melee. If I can't melee someone, I will use my weakest weapon available. Due to GTA 4's lack of checkpoints, if I fail a mission, I will make my way back to the point of failure as normal before resuming pacifism. I will not use any mods or cheats. I will of course start by playing with the first mission in the game, the Cousins Bellic, where we see the platypus ship arrive in Liberty City. We're introduced to the protagonist Niko Bellic, as well as Hossam, who has been on the ship with Niko for the last 7 months. Niko has decided to come to Liberty City after fighting in a war and associating with some Russians in a human trafficking business. He heard stories of his cousin Roman living the American dream and wanted to come and experience it for himself. Once we step off the ship, Roman shows up in a cab rather than a brand new sports car. I take control of the vehicle and so the game begins.
Drive us to that place on Mohawk. He's just up the road. I'll let you know when we're there.
Roman tells me his house is just up the road. However, upon driving up the road, his house is nowhere to be seen. I continue to drive up the road, but the location of his house is no more apparent. After continuing to drive up the road for a while, I reach the very top of the map, and surprisingly, Roman's mansion isn't there. I eventually find Roman's place a long distance away from anywhere that would be considered just up the road. We step inside, only to find that rather than living in a luxury apartment with a sports car garage and a view of the beach, Roman lives in a dirty single-room apartment with nothing of interest besides an infestation of the so-called best cockroaches in the city. After ranting about this for some time, Niko settles down and recalls his past as a non-pacifist, which is of course so interesting that Roman stays awake and listens to the whole thing intently.
Roman! Are you sleeping, you fat fuck? Come on!
Suddenly, Roman has to go, but makes sure to give me some nice, easy-to-understand directions on how to get to his cab business before doing so.
I've got to run. Come meet me at the cab office. It's easy. Out the door, turn left, then the first left at the diner, go down one block and turn right on Iroquois. Then walk all the way down and we're right there on the left on the corner of Cisco Street. It's really flash. We got lots of TDs and some incredible molders.
And that was the first mission. So far, it hasn't gone so bad, as I haven't had to kill anyone yet, unlike someone else. Upon arriving at Roman's cab depot, I meet his girlfriend as well as a much more attractive-looking Russian man by the name of Vlad. Roman makes some of the worst comments known to man.
Never! I treat you like an idiot, not a bitch, huh?
Before eventually the attractive man walks back out of the room and we go outside to help Roman with some errands. In the same shitty cab I started with, I drive Roman up to a gambling den so that he can make some quick money. He gives me the latest and greatest Nokia 3310 model and goes inside. I also learnt that Vlad isn't the only person Roman owns money to, as some Albanians show up to ask Roman about the money. As Roman gets back to the vehicle, I immediately take off, not wishing to kill anyone. I get away easily and take Roman back to the depot. I still have the satisfaction of saying that Niko is yet to kill anyone in Liberty City, and that he must be on his way to dropping his past and becoming the most pacifistic person alive. Barely 2 minutes after returning to the depot, the Albanians have already come to politely ask Roman for their money.
Don't be a dick, man, come on! Where's your Russian friend now, huh?
He's not my friend, he's my loan shark!
They unfortunately get confronted by Nico, who temporarily ditches his non-pacifistic morals by stabbing Darden in the arm. He then threatens to kill both of them if they come back, which is of course all bark and no bite.
Come on, Tupac!
Help me!
Get out of here now! And if you come back, I'll kill you! You understand?
I'm then tasked with picking up Roman's girlfriend Mallory and her friend from the train station, which is fortunately an activity completely free of killing people. Upon picking them up, Mallory's friend, who calls herself Michelle, immediately takes interest in me.
Hi, how are you? Hey, I'd like to see you again, Nico. You look like that kind of guy I want to get to know.
I could just sense that this was completely genuine interest, and I couldn't wait to start dating her. I take the pair back to Michelle's house and decide that I should probably get some of the newest fashion from my local store, the Russian shop, which just so happens to sell exactly the same stuff as I'm already wearing. With my new extremely attractive outfit, I am now ready to impress Michelle with my new attire. Having not killed anyone in the first 3 missions, I can confidently say that I'm a much better pacifist than Dark Viper AU, who couldn't even go 2 minutes without killing someone in his run. Unfortunately, on my way to Michelle's house, I get a call from Roman telling me he's currently being trapped by the Albanians. Sensing some immediate red flags, I carry on driving to Michelle's house, not wanting to have to kill anyone. Upon arriving at Michelle's place, I take notice of her apartment. Even though she didn't just move in, everything is new and still tagged. She gives me the completely understandable explanation that she just loves to keep things clean and will simply throw things away when they get annoying. I tell her that I want to take her to the fun fair, which excites her a lot.
Yeah, great! Let's go! Love the fun fair!
Although I'm supposed to avoid damaging her car, it turns out she doesn't really mind.
Please proceed to highlight...
This isn't fun! I hope the police didn't see that!
We head down to the carnival, only to find out that it's closed. Instead, we head to the bowling alley and play against each other. I, of course, win very easily and decide it's probably time to leave.
Shame we couldn't finish that game, Nico. It was fun playing, though. Can you take me back now?
Of course I'll take you home. Let's go.
Michelle continues to show her genuine interest in me all the way back to her house.
That was nice. I'm really interested in seeing you again.
Yeah, that would be good. I'll give you a call.
Please do, Nico. See you soon.
By neglecting to help Roman, the Albanian load sharks knock him out and send him to hospital. I begrudgingly make my way over to pick him up, where he is obviously not too happy to see me. However, his mood peaks up when I tell him about all the genuine affection that Michelle was giving me. I drop him off at the depot.
Let's sort this mess out.
Shit, Nico! Winter has me trapped again! This is not your fault!
Unfortunately, Roman somehow manages to get trapped again, and in the same place. It seems like that even though these Albanians want Roman's money, they will continue to beat him up and send him to hospital, where he will have to spend even more money on the expensive hospital charges. I head down to some basketball courts to find 2 of them kicking Roman in the stomach. I threaten to beat them up, but then decide that getting someone else to do it might work better.
I just need one more fix.
I want fix or shit!
Unfortunately, Bleeder is too tough for anyone to take on, so I then try to call the police on him.
Back off!
Hello. I'm sorry, but all our peacekeepers are currently...
With that possibility foiled, I then attempt to get some brave citizens to commit vehicular manslaughter on this man. Once I finally get someone to hit Bleeder, I find out that he was actually playing Oko.
Go cry to the therapist.
Damn, I can't afford this shit.
Unfortunately, Kalen was a lot tougher than Bleeder, and I couldn't even get him to die before I accidentally walked too far away from Roman.
I've got to stop fucking this shit up.
Bleeder was a lot more damage resistant the second time round, but he eventually fell. I almost managed to get Kalen to fall down also, but made the same mistake again.
Oh man, this is fucking bullshit. Not in a million years.
The third time round, both of them finally managed to fall to the traffic. After helping Roman up, we spot Darden, another loan shark, and decide to chase him down the road.
We're going to the top, Nico! The top!
For now, let's just try to survive, cousin.
He eventually crashes at a factory, and I chase him up some stairs and into a room. Being the responsible citizen I am, I start by calling the cops on him.
Your cousin owes us money! Shithead!
Hello? Hello, this is the LCPD. Where would you like us to send an officer?
Bo.
An LCPD peacekeeper will be there as soon as possible, sir.
Stay the fuck away from me!
Since the cops never showed up, I decide to provoke him. He chases me back down, but stops randomly for some reason. He does fight me if I get close, but will otherwise just stay in the same location. My attempts to push him down the stairs with objects are futile, and calling the cops still doesn't work. It is at this point that I believe the game might be soft-locked. However, returning back to the room, I find out that Darden will chase me back inside. I run back and see if I can kill him with fall damage, but he freezes again. Upon making him chase me again, I find out that he freezes as soon as he attempts to fight me. I keep running back and forth until he makes it to the bottom of the stairs, where I attempt to call the cops again.
Hello? Hello, this is the LCPD. Where would...
Bo.
An LCPD...
While the cops do show up this time, they take no interest in actually helping. After luring Darden onto the road, I continue calling them in the hopes that they might hit him.
Owes us money! Shithead! Stay the fuck away from me!
But the cops are about as good at taking down criminals as they are walking through gates. I decide to lure him to a pedestrian in the hopes that stabbing them will alert the cops.
Motherfucker! Stay away!
Unfortunately, Darden just freezes again, but properly this time. He will not fight back and won't move or react to anything, including returning back to the room.
You broke my arm already!
I decide it would be better to restart the mission and try again. Upon returning, I decide that the fall damage method would probably work best. I start trying to lure him off the edge, but he would have a tendency to run around and take the stairs. I keep trying to make him fall, but I then spot another potential solution over by the road.
You broke my arm already, man!
Just a warning. I never forget a face.
Motherfucker! Stay away!
Okay, freeze!
Hold your cousin!
owe you, darling. Nothing else.
Yeah, well, there goes about an hour of my precious time.
First time?
After driving Roman back to the depot once more, we can finally live in peace knowing that all of Roman's problems have now been dealt with. And so ends the first episode of GTA 4 Pacifist. It might not be as exciting as Dark Viper AU's run, but obviously it wasn't going to be. I am a single person, doing all of the playing, recording, script writing, editing, etc. But I did have fun doing it, and I will continue this run. I wish you all the best.